Hey everyone, thank you for sticking with me and following the series so far. Your support means a lot, especially as we dig into every detail of BlockDAG. If you've watched the previous videos, you already have a clear picture of this project and the current state of the market. If you haven't, I highly recommend checking them out first. The links to investigation number 1 and number 2 are in the description. This will make everything we cover today much easier to understand. In this video, I'm not here to spread FUD or push any agenda. My goal is simple: to look at the numbers, analyze the facts, and assess what could realistically happen when the official deposits open in June. Everything here is grounded in data, patterns, and real-world observations. Let's take a step back. Over the past 2 videos, we traced BlockDAG from presale to after-sale, uncovering a few critical insights. The historical presale pace over 2 years moved roughly $440 million steadily, day by day. In contrast, the after-sale pace observed recently over 13 hours is just $240, less than 1% of the historical activity. These numbers aren't just statistics, they show a stark reality. Demand right now is extremely weak compared to what was historically expected. Deposits have been delayed until June 2026, supposedly to manage price stability. That narrative created hype and curiosity, but the actual buying activity paints a very different picture. June is a critical month. When deposits officially open, all unsold presale and after-sale tokens gain direct access to the market. The problem is that the supply is massive, while current buyer activity is almost non-existent. When this large supply meets a tiny pool of buyers, price will respond purely to supply and demand. There are 3 realistic scenarios. Demand could surge unexpectedly, absorbing the supply and pushing prices higher. Supply could balance roughly with buyers, keeping prices stable. Or, most likely given current data, supply could vastly exceed buyers, creating massive selling pressure and a sharp drop in prices. Looking closer at June, the after-sale pace remains less than 1% of historical presale activity. At this rate, the remaining tokens will not sell out in time. Because the tokens aren't fully sold, BlockDAG will most likely choose not to open deposits. Historical patterns support this: repeated countdown resets, delayed listings, paused deposits, and frequent extensions. The narrative of price stability and strategic growth sounds reasonable, but the ongoing after-sale shows inconsistent actions. The community will not be able to fully access the benefits of the presale by June. BlockDAG is unlikely to open deposits until token sale goals are met. In other words, presale investors face disappointment again and again, as history shows. This is not speculation. It's the logical conclusion based on observed data, sales pace, and repeated behavior. Here's my personal plan. Strictly my own approach and not financial advice. Given the extremely low after-sale pace, historical patterns of delays, and June token math, I'm preparing for all scenarios, but leaning toward caution. I will observe, assess, and wait for concrete signals before taking any major steps. This is my personal approach. Everyone watching should draw their own conclusions based on their research, risk tolerance, and understanding of the numbers. To summarize, historical presale versus current after-sale shows a massive decline in demand. June deposits are a potential tipping point, but most tokens will remain unsold. There are 3 realistic outcomes: bullish, neutral, or strongly bearish. My personal plan is cautious, data-driven, and observant. The goal of this series is to separate hype from reality, help you understand market mechanics, and reinforce DYOR. Do your own research. These insights are based on verified numbers, observable patterns, and past behavior, not speculation or FUD. If you found this investigation useful, don't forget to like and comment your thoughts. Share your observations. Subscribe to stay updated for the next episode, where we'll explore potential price movements post-June. Check the pinned comment for a clear recap of $440, $240s, and the June token scenario. Everything we've analyzed here is grounded in data, patterns, and facts. The numbers tell the story, and they don't lie. And remember, links to investigation 1 and number 2 are in the description if you want the full context.